Yes, good evening to you all. I'm the name of Tamus Abdunol, Fisheries Officer with this local government. So today we are going to talk about the CVs, and the application letter of those in the field of agriculture. Here we have Agriculture Officer, Veterinary Officer, and Husbandry Officer, Fisheries Officer, Aquaculture Officer. So we shall talk about those fields and maybe also agribusiness. Those who have done agribusiness, we can talk about them also. So as you know, for the CV template, we start with the personal information, then education background, then from education background go to computer literacy, then competence and skills, personal attributes, hobbies, language proficiency, and then last we go to the last is the referees. So now the first we shall do is the personal information. Personal information, it's better you put your passport photo, then you write your name in bold, then from that you write your current position. Let me say agriculture officer, veterinary officer, and husbandry officer, etc. Then from there you write your current workstation. Below write the PO box address or the address of that workstation. Then after you write your contacts, email, sex, date of birth, nationality. So I've not mentioned anything about like the sex, tribe, religion, marital status, and home address. Basically, those may cause bias upon who is hiring you, because they may want to work best with as a kind of person. So it's better you only leave those that I've talked about, and then include the others that I've left out in case you're asked to do so, to put them. So from the personal information, you go to work experience. Work experience, better you put it in a table form, whereby of 2 columns. To your left, a smaller column, you put the time frame, maybe from 2022 to date. Then to your right, you put the experience. You start with position, that word position, then below you put the name of the position, say veterinary officer. Then below that you write employer in bold. Then below that you write the name of the employer, then the PO box with the employer. After that you go to duties and responsibilities. Now I'll read you some duties and responsibilities. I'll start with the crop sector or the agriculture, the crop. One, crop sector, we have the agribusiness officer, the agribusiness people. Now if you're into agribusiness, these are your roles and duties. 1, establishing agribusiness networks for chain actors and conducting regular workshops. 2, building the capacity of agribusiness clusters through training and study tours. 3, sensitizing the farmers on cropping techniques through regular field visits and give advice services. 4, regularly monitoring of different project activities that are assigned. Another one, monthly and quarterly collection, analysis and updating of the business clusters data, in brackets, access to market, access to finance, access to services. Another, providing technical support for targeted clusters in preparation of the plans, in brackets, seasonal, annual, and business plans. Another, being the main point of contact and business advisor for the agribusiness clusters. Another, providing relevant business development services to target farmers. Another, providing services on innovative agribusiness ideas and best practices related to finance and access to markets. Another one, stimulating fair business linkages of agribusiness clusters to the potential business partners, service providers, financial services and market. Another, keeping track of development of agribusiness clusters under your responsibility. Then the last, identifying and working closely with the local partners, that is at sub-county level, district level, and national level. So basically, those are your roles and duties. If I told you are to be, you are to be in the agribusiness, those who have done bachelors of agribusiness. Now, we have people who have done agricultural officers, BS agriculture and the like. If you're an agricultural officer, I'll talk about the agricultural officer. Then the roles are, if you're agriculture intern or assistant, which roles and duties you should put in your CV. So the agricultural officer, one of the roles and duties will include provide overall technical expertise and management of all agriculture related activities. 2, develop a clear and adaptive training work plan. 3, establish and develop various locally applicable agricultural interventions. Another one, oversee capacity building of local farmers and local agriculture sector. Another one, facilitate and provide guidance to farmers on appropriate cropping patterns, farming techniques. Another, manage a project market study to establish project impact tracking indicators and design key technical focus on areas for project interventions. If I told a agricultural officer on a certain project in an NGO, then another, through the agriculture team staff, provide guidance to farmers on various available government schemes, subsidies, and how to access them. You as a agriculture officer, that is your role. Another, document field achievements, innovations, failures, and lessons learned to integrate with the project activities and inform the project strategy. Another, provide input on monitoring and evaluation tools to ensure accurate data collections, verification, analysis of training activities. Another, support the development of project reports on agriculture activities as needed. Then the last, conduct frequent site visits to observe trainings, monitor adoption of practices, and collect data from farmers. So you might be an agricultural officer in an NGO. So those are some of the roles and duties you should be having. So now we have the agricultural intern. If you're agricultural intern, what are roles and duties you can put? 1, developing better planning, cultivation and harvesting techniques. 2, improving crop yield and solving problems for the farmers. 3, researching and promoting agricultural strategies to counter the effects of changes in soil, climate, weather, and pest damage. Another, visiting fields to collect seed, plant and soil samples. Another, testing samples for nutritional deficiencies and diseases. Another, assisting with plant sourcing, testing and selection. Another, keeping detailed records regarding fields, farmers, samples, seeds, fertilizers, and herbicides. Another, generating reports and presenting findings to management. Then the last one, conducting training on products and techniques through education presentations. So then you may be a community development officer, agriculture community development officer. Yeah. So what are your roles and duties? 1, promoting and implementing agriculture projects in rural farms to improve food production. 2, implementing community projects like distribution of agricultural inputs, development of post-harvest management practices, etc. Another, conducting soil classification and soil mapping programs in the community for proper soil crop allocation to improve crop yields. Another, conducting community farmer training programs and implementing natural resource management practices like agroforestry. Another, conducting community farmer training programs on soil and water conservations to control soil erosion in the farms. Another, monitoring the result demonstration Another, motivating the farmers for cultivation and afforestation. Another, preparing evaluation report on agriculture development and submit the monthly report. Another, informing high authorities or specialists in case of disease and pest infestations. Then the last, making the farmers aware about the social and economic change which may be important for agriculture production. So as if you are agriculture community development officer, those are your roles and duties you should be having. Now, from that, maybe I can talk about an agronomist. Agronomist, what is your role and duty? Yes. Now, for those who have done agronomy, if you're position agronomist, these are the roles and duties that are expected you to put in your CV. 1, developing better planting, cultivation and harvesting techniques. Then 2, researching and promoting agriculture strategies to counter the effects of soil changes in soil, climate, weather and pest damage. Another, visiting fields to collect seed, plant and soil samples. You as an agronomist. Another, testing samples for nutrition deficiencies, diseases and other changes. Another, assisting with the plant sourcing, testing and selection. Another, keeping detailed records regarding fields, customers, crops and samples. Another, generating reports and presenting findings to management or clients and interested parties. Another, conducting training on products and techniques through education presentations. Another, managing teams of scientists while conducting fields or laboratory work. So you help these scientists when they come to the field. You as an agronomist, you can help them. And then the last one, developing planting and irrigation schedules, budgets and timelines. So you as an agronomist, those are some of your roles and duties should be doing. Then agronomist is done. Then we also have agriculture extension officer. That's another position in agriculture. 1, we have your roles and duties. 1, we have keeping agriculture statistics of his or her area, total land and cultivable land, wasteland and cropped area. 2, monitoring the result demonstration. 3, distributing leaflet, booklet, folder to farmers. There are some, if I told you in that field, you should be distributing those informative documents. Another, motivating the farmers for cultivation and afforestation. Another, bring the wasteland under cultivation. Another, preparing evaluation report on agricultural development and submit monthly reports. Another, informing higher authorities or specialists in case of disease and pest invasion. Another, making the farmers aware of any social or economic change which may affect agriculture production. Then the last, helping farmers for solving their problems according to your capacity. So those are rules and duties of an extension worker. Then from that, we may go to another sector in agriculture, which may be another sector in agriculture. We have the veterinary sector. Okay, the veterinary sector and the animal husbandry sector, because they go hand in hand. Now for veterinary, what are your roles and duties for veterinary? So if you're a veterinary doctor, these are your roles and duties. Veterinary doctor. Veterinary doctor 1, examine animals to assess their health and diagnose problems. 2, test, treat and dress wounds. 3, perform surgery on animals. 4, Test for and vaccinate against diseases. 5. Operate medical equipment such as, the equipment you can, 7. Advise animal owners about general care, medical conditions and treatments. 8. Prescribe medications. Then the last one, euthanize animals. So those are roles and duties of a veterinary officer. Now next to that we have the animal husbandry officers. Yes. Animal husbandry officer, what are roles and duties for animal husbandry officer? If at all you put it in your CV. 1. Monitoring the health of animals. 2. Monitoring the day-to-day feeding of the animals. 3. Taking part in establishment, management and conservation of pasture. 4. Performing record keeping management for the stock of the farm. So it may be record keeping of the milk produced, the poultry, the eggs and everything. Another, offer support to technical team in various activities like surgery and reproduction. Another, you should develop linkages and working environment with the farmers surrounding the farms. Then the last one, perform any other duty assigned by the senior farm manager. So those are rules and duties of animal husbandry officer. Then animal husbandry is done. Then we have another sector for fisheries. Have a fisheries officer, and then we have also aquaculture officer. Let's start with the fisheries officer. Fisheries officer, your responsibility is to have 1. Survey fish stocks to ensure the correct type and amount of fish at right points. If at all you are in the wild, conduct annual surveys of the rivers or the lakes. Another one, monitor scientific data. Another one, support recreational fishing. Another one, contribute to habitat improvement schemes. Another, communicate with and advise bodies or external users of the lakes about the fisheries conservation. Another one, work with planning authorities to ensure new building developments do not have an impact to the fisheries. So those are some of the roles and duties of a fisheries officer. Then we have the aquaculture officer. Aquaculture officer. Sorry, I can add on more roles of fisheries officer. We have 1. We have others of roles of fisheries officer. We have approve the licensing of movement of fish. That's another role of fisheries officer. We have should keep update with the legislation, relevant scientific and technical developments. Another one, conduct environment impact assessments. Those are some of the roles you can put as a fisheries officer. Now we have the aquaculture officer. Aquaculture is someone, let me look for them. Yes, for the aquaculture officer, it's all about fish farming. So these are roles and duties if you're aquaculture officer, either in the pond or cage sector. 1, duties, we have manage and operate facilities such as fisheries, such as hatcheries, common nurseries, and final grow out sites. 2, monitor systems and operations, for example, fish behavior, feed consumption, and water quality. Another, 3, calculate feeding regimes and make necessary adjustments according to the observations and husbandry activities. 4, implement breeding programs and coordinate growing schedules. 5, maintain records, for example, stock, cage movements, splits, and transfers. Another, clean tanks and screens and hand fed where required. Another, maintain inventory and order supplies and feed. Then the last one, install, repair, and maintain equipment on the farm. So those are roles and duties of a aquaculture officer. Now we have talked about the roles and duties of all those in that sector. From the work experience, you'll go to computer literacy. This is general to all of you people in the agriculture sector, either vet or crop or fisheries. From the work experience, you go to education background. It's better you draw a table. To your left, put the time frame. Then to your right, put the qualifications. To your left, you put, it's a table of 2 columns. To your left, you put, let me say from 2020 to 2022. Then to your right, you put bachelors of agriculture, bachelors of fisheries, bachelor of this. Then below that, you put the name of the institution, the PO box of the institution. Then you go to another row where you're going to put your Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education. Put the name of the school and the address. You go to another row. Uganda Certificate of Education. These are all in bold. Then below you put the name of the institution, then the address. Then from that you go to another heading, which is computer literacy. You write any technologies you know that you have done. Familiarization in these applications. Those who have done irrigation, you know some applications that you are using. Those in veterinary medicine, you know the application you use. So you write the statement, familiar in veterinary softwares and programs. IGI, list them. Then below you write familiar with Microsoft. Then you go Microsoft Office. Then in brackets you put what you know. Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Publisher. Then below that you write internet usage. In brackets you put the social medias, you know, Instagram, Facebook, Gmail and the like. Then you go to another heading, that is competences and skills. So I'll read competences and skills for each field. If I start with those of fisheries, aquaculture, competences and fields, you should have knowledge in feeding, in nutrition and feeding, knowledge in disease, parasites and disease management, knowledge in pond management or animal husbandry practices. You should have knowledge in water quality management, knowledge in pond construction. You should those are some of the competences. Then maybe competences, if you can give some competences in animal husbandry, should be having feed management. That is also one. Management and conservation of pasture, those are another competence you should be having. Should be knowing some bit of surgery and prescription of medication, yeah, those in veterinary and animal husbandry. Good record keeping management, should be having that. Then you should be having hatchery management, those in veterinary and animal husbandry. Should be having at least some good of knowledge in vaccination, yeah, vaccination schedules and the dosages and everything. And also should be having knowledge in pregnancy diagnosis, yeah. So that's in veterinary. Now those in agriculture, you should be having knowledge in agronomy, yeah. Then the different methods of planting, yes, agriculture. Then you should be knowing how to collect samples of the soil samples. Then you should be having knowledge of pests and diseases. You should be having knowledge of soil deficiencies, yeah. These are the competencies you should be having in the agriculture sector. You should be knowing different products and some pesticides, those products, herbicides, the pesticides, yeah, fertilizers. You should be knowing the products. Should be having good extension abilities, yeah, good record keeping, monitoring and evaluation. Should be having knowledge in irrigation practices, the types, yeah. So those are the competences that you should be having, those in crop agriculture, yeah. Now from those competencies you go to personal attributes. For the personal attributes, they are the same across all of you people. So there's no uniqueness between one sector and another. So for personal attributes, 1, you can write creativity, comma, open-mindedness and willingness to learn. 2, effective interpersonal relations with working groups and a flexible team player. 3, a result-oriented person that can work under minimum supervision. 4, open-minded to work in a complex environment and projects where time is a key. Another, excellent written and oral communication skills. Another, ability to identify, respond and resolve the different needs of farmers. Another, high degree of self-motivation and multitasking. Then the last one, excellent analytical, critical thinking and strategic skills. So from that, you go to another heading, which is hobbies. You should write hobbies that are really relevant, like traveling for adventure, doing sports, swimming, listening to news, that add value to your CV. Not putting making friends, conversing, no. From hobbies, go to language proficiency. Then proficiency, that's the next heading. It's better you put tabular form. Do a table. Columns may be five columns, and the rows according to a number of languages you know. So the first row, you write language, then listening, writing, speaking, reading. Then you write the first column, you write the different languages. Let me say English, Luganda, Lusoga, and so on. Then there you come and score them. The best is excellent, then the worst should be fair. Don't put a language where you are poor and you put the word poor. No, you rather don't include it there. Then the last heading we have is the referees. So the referees, they need 3 referees. You should put their name, their position, then the contacts, email if possible, the name of the workstation, then a PO box address of the workstation. If at all don't have the PO box address of the workstation, you write the road along which they are located, the town, the district, then Uganda. That can work in place of the PO box address. So these referees, if you're in a agriculture sector, please put someone in line with you. The production officer, the senior agriculture officer, senior fisheries officer, the agriculture manager, you get the point, the farm manager, such that in case they are called, they can give the real agricultural bit of you. So that's how your CV should look like. Now, let's go to the cover letter. If you're in agriculture field, what should be your agriculture cover letter should look like? Our cover letter is always 1 page. To your right, you write, to your right is where you put your address. This is how your address should look like. You write your name in bold, below bold and caps lock. Then below you write the your current workstation, the name. Below that you write its address. Then below that you write your contacts. Below that you write your email. Then skip a line, then write the date. So that is your address. It is in bold. Then you come to your left. To your left, you write to the human resource manager. Then below, you write the name of that company you're writing to. Then skip a line. Then write dear sir or madam. Don't write dear sir or dear madam, even if you know the sex of that person. Write dear sir or madam, because this is a formal letter. Then skip a line. RE, exclamations. Sorry, RE, the 2 dots. Application for the position of, let me say, farm manager or veterinary officer, animal husbandry officer, full stop. Then you start your body like this. So that RE is in bold and you can underline. And it's in uppercase. Then you skip a line. Then you start your body with this. It is with great enthusiasm that I apply for the position of agriculture officer, full stop. Then you continue. I hold a bachelor's degree in agricultural science from this university. You mention the university. Hence attaining knowledge and competences in, also attaining knowledge and skills in, attaining knowledge in. Then you look at your transcript. You mention around 5 courses you did in that degree of yours that are relevant to that job you're applying to. Then you mention them. Or agriculture extension, agribusiness, crop cultivation, comma, pest and disease management, comma, yeah. That is what you should be entailing in your first paragraph. Then you skip a line. Then you write your experience. You begin like this. My experience as agribusiness officer, comma, and agriculture officer, comma, agronomist, and culture intern at this workstation, this and this and this and this and this respectively, has given me the ability to develop technical expertise in. Now, what you write there, you go to your competences and write there the competences, yeah? Maybe in surgery, comma, in prescription of disease, comma, diagnosing of symptoms, diagnosing of signs and symptoms of animals, comma, if you're in crop cultivations, comma, irrigation, comma. So there you mention about five competences you wrote in your CV, full stop. Then you continue with this statement. My sense with this education background and work experience, and coupled with my sense of organization and detail-oriented approach to work, makes me the ideal candidate of this kind of job, full stop. That is your second paragraph, where you write about your experience. So then skip a line, you write, I would value opportunity to join your team of professions where I could develop my skills further, full stop. For more information, refer to my CV. Then skip a line. Thank you for reviewing my cover letter, and I will hopefully wait for your response, full stop. Skip a line. You write yours sincerely, comma, then skip around 2 lines where you put your signature, then write your name, then write your current position, then write your current workstation. So that is how your cover letter should look like if you're in culture field. Thank you so much. Hope you have gained a lot, and hope you will rectify your CVs and your cover letters. Don't forget to subscribe and share with others. Thank you.